Well, we're streaming.
Oh, we are?
Audio check, audio check, audio check.
Hey guys, and thanks for tuning in to this live stream of Bits and Tokens. Today we'll be talking about a few things on the news that we found interesting. First off, just want to say a little hello, and let's give a shout out to our webpage. If you guys are new to the crypto space and need a little help or a little guidance in what to do, how to trade, how to get on an exchange, any general questions, you can navigate yourself over to bitsandtokens.com. If you want to support us, we have some swag on there as well. Tim will pull up for us in just a second. We got a couple, people out on there, and you can see our live ticker right there at the bottom that we typically have when we do our live stream there as well. We have that on the site. You can even buy cryptocurrency directly through our site. We have a bunch of cool, nifty features on there that you guys can check out. Just want to browse through that real quick. We'll go one by one each tab. Here's our support section where you can live chat, of course, if you are a subscribed member, which is also an option. You can talk to one of us live directly, and we'll almost answer immediately. Someone's always on there. You can buy right off an exchange. If you have questions about how much things convert to, it's right there for you. There's also a little news section for you guys if you guys have any news articles you want to read, anything new that you want to see in the crypto space. It's right there for you, and we'll be going over some of these interesting stories that we saw recently that happened today within the past few days. It's been the holidays. Let's play a little catch up here. We also have our videos, which directs you directly to our YouTube page, and it's going to be everything that you see on the YouTube page. Probably later on in the future, we'll also have some unlisted videos on there for our subscribed members where we'll have some exclusive content for you guys. We also have a blog where we're posting daily posts. To my knowledge, is that correct? We're doing daily posts?
Mostly daily.
Mostly daily.
Took a little break for the holidays.
Yeah, a little holiday break, but mostly daily breaks about things that are happening out there in the crypto space, important people, things you should know, important things you should be aware about, and even some how-tos and what's going on in general overall.
Yep.
We also got some charts on there for you guys if you guys want to look at the charts. Kind of just take a little browse to see what's going on in the market without going on, any exchange specifically. It's over there powered to you by TradingView. That is our preferred chart viewer. And you can pretty much pull up anyone they have right there and then. All the indicators are on there. It's right there. It's neat to use. You can also take a screenshot and a picture of what you're looking at and have it for your own personal use. Of course, there is our login right there we have for our exclusive members. And lastly, we have our shop where you can get your Bits and Tokens swag. Feel free to always browse around. We're always going to be adding new things on there. I believe we have our sweatshirt, a couple shirts. We also have a long sleeve for those colder states. And then it looks like Tim's on the admin profile, but if you go, let's see if we can pull it up here.
So sorry, getting drunk crypto started earlier here.
Let's see here. All right, there you go. There's a little bit of swag for you guys. We got Bitcoin shirts going on, Squad shirts going on.
This is my favorite one so far.
It looks nice. I like that one as well. That black.
Whoever designed this, real classy guy. Real classy.
If you guys want to support, the Bit Squad over here, just take a stroll down to our shop. We got a few things for you guys. Any suggestions will be free to, just toss a few suggestions in there. We'll take a look at them, see if we can make little, designs there, here and there, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be a fan favorite. Who knows? Anyways, after a little tour of our page, let's get into it. So one of the very first things we're going to talk about today is a little thing we had going on with Visa. Or actually, no, who's this?
Yeah, Visa.
Visa? Yeah, so Visa. So here we have Visa buys Ripple partner Earthport, and Ethereum creator Vitalik Buterin debates future of BTC. Ooh.
So
got a few things in this article.
I don't know about the Vitalik situation, but I did read up on Visa buying Earthport. It's actually a UK-based company, so they paid £195, I believe it was. So Earthport
to buy
is,
it? 195 pounds?
195 million, so sorry.
Oh, I was like, whoa, wait a second, I would have bought it. Hold on.
So yeah, they paid 195 million pounds, which apparently is 250 million US.
Sounds about right.
So that company does like international transactions and what have you. And so, I mean, it obviously made sense for them to have been partnered with Ripple, to use the XRP token to source liquidity for transactions. But I just think it's really cool that Visa kind of sees the same thing that I see, in that Ripple is a company that is really doing a lot in the international settlement kind of realm. I always not make fun of, but I always remind people that when you're using a credit card to do transactions, the payment goes through almost instantly. The settlement, however, is the part that actually takes a while. And so with this, perhaps Visa will be able to settle transactions a little bit faster, especially international ones. So definitely a good look for Visa. Definitely a fantastic look for XRP, Ripple. For whatever reason, whenever there is good news about XRP, it just goes the other way. Couldn't tell you why. Just kind of a thing it does. So we'll see what happens. There was, kind of some waves up. We're getting some waves down. I feel like this is the area that we're going to just hang out in for a little bit because we did find some support here previously. So if I was to arbitrarily draw a line, it would probably be like that. Let me get a full screen, maybe. Okay, so yeah, if I was to arbitrarily draw a line, it would be somewhere over here. I didn't zoom in or anything like that, but you just can see there's obvious times where this has acted as support in the past and also acted as resistance in the past, and then again here as support. So we're back down to around this area. I would say the area that we're going to try to beat, or that we should be trying to beat, is going to be somewhere up here before we can start seeing more upside, but we'll see what goes on with that.
You don't sound very happy, Tim. Are you okay?
I'm great. The adult juice hasn't kicked in yet. So
adult juice, yes. I remember you saying that to your child the other day when he asked for some.
Yes, he did. He almost drank some of my smoothie today, which it was a very smoothie.
A what?
Added some adult juice to the smoothie too.
Wow, so you've been on a roll.
Not really. That was a little splash, just to keep things exciting.
Interesting.
We had two of the same smoothies because for whatever reason he wanted what I had, and so pineapple, mango, orange juice. They looked very similar. He went for it, almost got it, and I was like, nope, please don't. Your mother will kill me. But anyways, so that's kind of the news about XRP, Ripple. Visa has purchased the company, and we'll see what goes on there. It says here that Visa is looking to bolster, I guess you could say, the cross-border payments business for Earthport, which currently represents about 10% of the company's overall revenue. So not all of it, but a pretty substantial amount, if you can imagine. I mean, the company sold for $250 million, so they have to be doing a lot of stuff. So 10% of their overall revenue on a yearly basis being, international transactions. It's pretty good. Pretty good stuff going on there.
Yes, indeed. I can't wait to see where that goes. I really hope they don't end up doing like some companies do when they try to kill off others. Since Visa does do major transaction, I highly doubt they will.
Mm-hmm.
But that is, a small stipulating fear, just a small one.
So you're thinking that maybe Visa bought them to like squash them out?
I don't think so, but it is a possibility because there's a lot of companies who do that. That's something that's very common, very common.
That's an expensive bug to squash. $250 million.
I don't know. That guy, he bought all those. Some people do that just to make a quick buck. Like they'll flip it, some way, shape, or form. Like that guy who bought all the CRs, the Kmart's, the Orchids, all those stores.
Yeah.
He bought it for all that money, but he flipped it to make a quick buck.
True.
So there's people who do that. It's a thing. If you know what you're doing and you're savvy with it, you can do it.
True.
So I mean, Visa, if you're listening, if you work for Visa, we like our XRP. So I hope you do too, because I know MasterCard jumped on the, the blockchain bandwagon not too long ago. Visa.
This is good.
I don't see
you
why
weren't
not.
lying. That is strong.
Yes, I did a little bit of thing there, but
A little heavy-handed. I'm not even mad at you.
Anyways, so a few other things in the crypto news. Something I wanted to talk about. Silver. What's the name of it? Silver Miller. So they are a
Silver Miller.
Yes, they are a law firm that has recently sued a crypto company. I want to say they sued the operational manager because they led a fraudulent Ponzi scheme. Court documents were published yesterday, I believe, the 26th, or say the 27th, yeah. So court documents were published yesterday. If you don't know what Silver Miller is, they are a
can I get an explanation?
United States. Yeah, they're a United States crypto-focused law firm. Yeah, one of the few. So they essentially focus on anything crypto, really. They focus on companies.
499 subscribers.
Excuse you.
I got excited. Sorry.
Sure. But anyways, they focus on anything that has to do really with cryptocurrency, ICOs. Since that's a very gray area, I know there's a lot of upcoming law groups and law firms and lawyers that are getting into that space because it's new. It's fun. A lot of people don't do it. And you know what? It's a demanding market. So if, let's say, you're one of the 10 law groups that do it, guess who's going to come to you? Everyone who doesn't know what they're doing.
Right.
So, it's a good focus.
Maybe I should pass the bar.
Maybe you should pass the bar. Maybe.
I got into an argument the other day with somebody. Not an argument, but like, how I like to have my discussions where I lay down the facts. And then at the end of it, the person who I was having the discussion with was like, wow, you should be a lawyer. They're like, can you just go like pass the bar in case I need you?
That is so funny. Maybe
man.
you should. You're good at that. You know your stuff.
I do what I can. It's fun. It's fun.
But essentially, the entity is called Coin Signals. If you guys haven't heard of it or familiar with it, it's essentially supposed to be a crypto hedge fund. They were supposed to have a long-term fund or alt funds with their cryptocurrencies for their token sale, and they kind of just turned into some kind of Ponzi scheme looking thing,
Peter Morphin says you love XRP. I sure do.
I think he put he corrected that, but
okay.
Got a little bit of a BitConnect here.
We and you. So who got BitConnected?
Who got BitConnected? Who BitConnected? The name of the company would be Coin Signals. They had the Coin Signal Mex Fund, CSM, and they ended up to be a Ponzi scheme.
Okay.
So, Silver Miller went after them, gave them a pow pow.
So, do you want to explain BitConnect for the people? Because they might not know.
Ooh, okay.
They might not know.
Oh man, can we just throw up a video? It's so much fun that way.
Oh man, can I find that?
Let's see if we can find that video. We'll see if we can find that video for you guys, because if you guys don't know what BitConnect is, man, you must have seen a meme somewhere.
Honestly, yeah.
If you're on the internet,
listen, I don't even want to do it for you. I want you, of your own accord, when you're settled down, ready to snuggle into bed later, to just look up BitConnect memes. Wow. Essentially, it was a Ponzi scheme where the guy came on stage for like the first announcement, and he was like, "Oh, my wife thinks it's a scam. Everyone thinks it's a scam.
It sounds like World Ventures.
No. I'm getting money. This and that. Da, da, da. Very, very thick accent, which made it even more funny. And then he just like screams BitConnect for like a long time.
A very long time.
And it's just like it's like the meme of the crypto world, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
That's like it's a thing.
If anyone's a meme, it's that guy.
No, seriously.
It's that guy.
So it looks like someone else was trying to BitConnect, and then they got slapped on the wrist by the Silver Miller people.
Yes. So Silver Miller went ahead and went after them.
Sounds like a band name.
It does. That's pretty cool. So they went ahead and went after them. One of the first and few, I mean, I've seen the SEC go after companies. I've seen, the FBI go after companies. Like we saw
Phoebe.
Like we saw them go after the Apprise Bank, I believe in Texas, when they fraudulently had put down, a bunch of stuff that was a big no-no.
And the second one after Floyd and DJ Khaled.
Yeah. So I mean, I've seen them go after people, but this is my first time that I've seen a law firm go after someone.
Right.
They themselves went after them. Nobody, you know, SEC didn't say, hey, let's go after them. No, this law firm went after them.
But on behalf of a client, or like, did they just decide?
It does not say. It just says that they filed, and
That's weird.
yeah, it says that they filed in the New York Court of Law.
It's like if you see somebody run a stop sign, you're like, no, citizens arrest. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, it's from Silver Miller. It's them themselves filed this. Interesting.
Maybe they're just trying to make a name for themselves.
Maybe, probably.
We're
possibly.
so aggressive, we wouldn't even wait for clients. We just get it done.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like 2 law firms in total have conglomerately joined and filed.
Okay.
According to the papers here, it's from Silver. Oh, they're here in Coral Springs, Florida.
Silver Miller?
Yes.
Interview.
Oh, they're here in Coral Springs, Florida, off of Sample Road.
We're gonna interview them. There's no way.
Oh man, that's cool. Their phone numbers on this and everything. That's cool.
They're really like down the block?
Yes, that's cool. Okay, so they have some individuals listed here. I see. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like there's a group of people that looks like they got together.
No, we're gonna interview them. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's see if we can probably get an interview with them. That's cool. They're literally down the block.
Everybody bother them and
like
tell
they're
them
down the block. That's cool.
Tell them that we deserve an interview.
That's cool.
That's
exciting.
Time for a Peter Morphin says time for a beer. Okay.
Get a beer, Peter.
Okay. Man, I had a Mississippi Mud the other day with the Token Gamer. That was good stuff, man. That was good stuff. Someone else says, "What are you drinking? Looks like strawberry juice, Havana Club with ice." Okay, you're drinking Havana Club with ice. No, this isn't strawberry. Which one was this one? The tropical something?
It was dragon fruit. There's strawberry popsicles in there that I used for ice.
Okay.
So that's strawberry.
So dragon fruit.
There's also sparkling
juice,
lemonade.
Sparkling lemonade.
Yes,
strawberry
and then pineapple
popsicles.
Captain Morgan.
Wow, there's a lot going on there.
A lot going on there. A lot of flavors. So it's kind of like a tropical sensation.
I like it. It makes me think of like being on the beach, just kind of hanging out, you know, soaking up some sun, talking crypto with my people.
Just about. Oh man, so they held approximately 200 Bitcoin and took it from about 10 individuals here. It looks like
200, you say?
200 Bitcoin.
That's not chump change. Tell you that.
It's not chump change. It's not. So interesting. Yeah, so it looks like a group of people got together, filed a lawsuit with them right down up the road. Right up the road.
Right down around the corner, past the tree.
Right, just about. No, it's literally like right up the road. Like it's crazy. Actually, I feel like I probably
We've definitely driven past there. At
oh
least
yeah. No,
like, that's crazy.
I probably.
Like, it's on Sample.
I feel like I know where it is. I feel like I know exactly where it is because I've seen that name, and now that I'm thinking about it, I'm just like, man, I think it's probably where that Indian place is.
Kazakhstan?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
It's on West Sample. Yeah. It's in that area. Isn't that cool?
Shut up. Not
That's
right there.
That's so exciting.
What?
I want to go talk to them. Okay. Anyways, let me stop,
That's a recipe for a headache tomorrow. Hey, I mean, maybe. It could be. We'll see. Bud Light. Okay. You know what? This might be like one of the first drunk cryptos where we're not alone. We're drinking with friends.
Oh yeah, they're drinking too.
I don't feel so bad anymore.
You're funny.
I don't feel so bad anymore.
A toast to the friends. Toast, guys. All right. So what else we got on our plate here?
Hold on. You hear that? It's the second cup.
Oh man, you're gonna have a headache tomorrow.
I'm not gonna have nothing tomorrow. It'll be great. I drink lots of water. Did you not see me drink a whole bottle of water before we started? Shot it right back.
So drink and inhale are two different. Like you basically inhaled that water.
That's how you drink water.
No.
Who takes like little sips of water?
No, that's how you drown your lungs.
You squeeze the bottle and twist it.
No, nobody drinks water. Maybe 2 people. Maybe like someone on the NFL. But
all right, I need
nobody on a normal.
I need at least one person in this chat right now to
basis.
tell me that they drink water like a crazy person, like I do. The twist, so it just all shoots back, and you just get all of it all at once.
You said
it's
the word,
so
a crazy person. I'm sure these are sane, nice people.
They are. They're really nice people.
Anyways.
So, speaking of some XRP stuff, what's water? Speaking of some XRP stuff. All right, so Lisa's husband drinks the water really fast, okay? It's the only way to do it, okay? It's the only way to do it. So speaking of XRP stuff, one of the cool things that we actually posted it in our blog. I'm going to pull up not the blog post, but actually the Coinbase And guys, honestly, super sorry about how the camera looks today. I don't know what is going on there.
Yeah, that fuzz, I see it there. It's a little different color.
I'm so lazy right now. Like, it's so far. It's at least 5 feet away from me. So, forgive me. So what we're looking at here is Binance. Obviously, one of our favorite exchanges, if not favorite. So up here on this row right here, let me zoom in. It used to say BNB, so the Binance, coin market, BTC.
ALTS, what's that?
So this used to be the spot for Ethereum, the ETH market, right? But you'll notice here that there's some other pairs that have been added in there besides ETH.
Yes, I see that.
So XRP is now a base pair on Binance.
Yes.
So
there's only based with what, Tron
and Zcoin. So there's only two right now.
Okay.
Slow start, but we're getting there.
Oh, wow.
They're
and
basically
of course Ether, but
they're right. Well, they're basically saying that XRP is money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it's a base
That's
pair,
so
they're basically saying it's money. So
adoption.
And then they changed. This one used to say USDT, if I'm not mistaken, but now it says US dollar type coin markets. So you have your USDT, your PAX, your TUSD. Interestingly enough, this is really weird to me right here. This is PAX USDT, and I'm just very confused because they're both stable coins. So you're literally trading dollars for dollars.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand. And now here's another one, TUSD and USDT. I'm confused. I don't know.
Not the best pair.
I don't know why we need it. That's literally like saying like I'll trade your dollars for my dollars, but my dollars are worth like 0.5% more than you. It's just weird.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's weird. But that's crypto for you. Strange things happen. But yeah, so some news about Binance is that they now have the alts market, which leads me to believe that they're probably going to have additional altcoins as what they call the quote pair. Normally in crypto we call it a base pair, but they're referring to it as a quote pair. So why don't you think
they made an alts market and left the Ether by itself?
Because ETH
is an alternative,
is an altcoin,
but it's.
So ETH is an altcoin, just based on the fact that an altcoin is just something that isn't Bitcoin, right?
So is BNB. I mean, technically it's theirs.
But BNB is theirs, so they have that first, right? They want you to use BNB to trade. Also, if you guys didn't know, on Binance, if you buy a little bit of BNB and then go into your settings and set it to use BNB for the fees instead of the coin that you're trading for the fees, it'll drop your fees down to like 0.01% or some stupid low number. I don't even look at my fees anymore because it's so cheap, because I always keep a little bit of BNB on there, and it takes it out of there. Instead of like if I'm trading Tron for Ethereum or Ethereum for Tron or whatever, instead of it taking a little bit of that Tron to cover the fees, it'll take it from BNB.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you have a little bit of BNB, I have your Binance set up that way. You don't remember? That was like way back in the day.
Probably. It's been a while.
So, your Binance is already set up that way. And then also they made a way for you to clean up your dust, like all the little fractions of coins, if you didn't switch to the BNB fee system. So you can clean up all that dust and turn it into BNB to make it even easier. So
okay, that's cool.
So super
thanks,
easy.
Binance.
But yeah, that's pretty much kind of some of that Binance news that I had. We're gonna pull up another story here in just a moment, but let's check back in.
I hope you guys like our beautiful bar.
Let's check back in with the chat, see what chat's got going on for us. Anything?
So not necessarily. I've had someone here say that for every glass of rum or 3 glasses of rum, he drinks a glass of water, or 3 glasses of water. Either one. I'm not sure where the 3 went, but it's there. And then we had Lisa asking.
1 glass of rum and 3 glasses of water.
I feel like that sounds right. Maybe.
That's a lot.
Or maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. One of the two.
You mean every 3 glasses of rum, 1 glass of water, right?
Maybe, because there was because okay, so for every glass of rum I drink glasses of water.
Okay,
no,
so
I think it's the 3
water.
glasses of water.
I don't know.
Yeah. And then Lisa was just asking a question, but we had Peter here, reply for her, talking about if you had $1,000 to buy XRP, would you spend $1,000 or smaller? Personally, I like to diversify.
You like to diversify.
I like to diversify. Staying on a single coin is cool. I feel, especially with these new pairs, depending on, I like Tron. Tron's cool. I have Tron. You know, I hope they do a little more. I wish to see Tron do a little more.
They're doing good compared to Ethereum.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
They're doing okay. I wish they did a little more though. Tron's come a long way. I'll say that. But it's like I don't know, because I see, for example, let's take for example Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash out of nowhere just wants to do numbers.
140% in 1 week, folks.
Out of nowhere. So I mean, personally, I have Bitcoin Cash. I also have Ripple.
Oh, that's right. You guys did make a little change.
Oh yeah. When Bitcoin Cash, I remember buying in Bitcoin Cash last time it hit. It was like $300. I bought in there, and it went all the way to like $600. So it did a thing. So I mean, you know.
But this time though, when did you buy in?
$87.
Golly.
And it went up to like $245.
We're not friends. We're not friends.
So I mean, you know, you got to diversify a little bit.
That's true. That's true.
Keeping, and that's just for any investment. You don't want to keep all your coins in one pot. That's just a, you know, general saying. It's been going on for years. That's something that people just
coin pot. We're gonna develop a wallet.
That's something people just generally say, because if you put all your luck, that's like you take all your money out of your bank account and you put it on a single set of lottery numbers instead of having, you know, a whole set of lottery numbers.
Okay.
What are the odds?
Hold up. Wait a minute.
I'm like the lottery
Bad
as
example.
is. Hold on. No. The lottery as is not, you know, they say, hey, don't spend all your money to play it, but in all honesty, would you put all your money into one set of numbers, or would you put it into 1,000 set of numbers? What are your odds? You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things.
Or I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Once you buy that ticket for that day, once that day has expired and you didn't win, right? Now the $1,000-ish that I took, and I was like, yes, XRP, take my money. I still have all those XRP. I actually have even more now. I was able to accumulate even more now with trading and just all sorts of other stuff that I was doing. So this lottery could just go forever till I'm dead, or I lose this ledger and lose the keys to get it back.
Please don't lose that ledger.
Well, you know, there was that one day.
No.
I'm just kidding. That never happens.
No.
I really I only take it off like very sparingly. Like sometimes in the shower I'll take it off. Not always. Sometimes I just hold it up like this and just kind of.
That's crazy.
That's a joke.
I bought that ledger for company use, and then Tim just like held it hostage, and I'm like, okay, well.
The company is using it.
You're using it. It's okay. Anyways, I feel like he would put it to better use than I would personally. He has more time.
The addresses are there. All you gotta do is send the coins. They're safe. Nobody's getting my neck. You gotta take the whole neck. You can't even just take the ledger.
What's her face? I'm sorry, Lisa. I shouldn't say
what's her face.
I like your face.
What is her face?
Your face.
Probably beautiful.
Probably. So Lisa says that most of her money is in XYO, but she's trying to buy some more stuff. Peter says put on black on the roulette wheel. Me too. XYO and Ether. Yeah, XYO. I jumped on Ethereum way back. Way back.
You always want a little bit, just to even just to buy other stuff.
Yeah. Ethereum, man, let me tell you something. When Ethereum was $600, I was a happy person. And then out of nowhere,
wow.
Ethereum went down to $79, and I was like, I mean, it's been progressively falling down. It wasn't, just a crash. It wasn't no Pearl thing.
Oh my gosh.
So, I mean,
I don't even want to talk about Pearl.
But I mean, for you guys, here's my thing. If you have a project you believe in, something that's solid, something that you feel is worthy of your investment, I'd say, again, do your own research. That's your first thing. Make sure the company makes sense. If you're reading a white paper or if you're reading something and it makes absolutely no sense to you and you don't know what the heck they're saying, there's a problem.
I hate that company jargon, and they try to do it, and they try they all try to compete with each other to see who can sound the most jargony, and I just don't.
That's how you end up out of nowhere, oh look, it's a Ponzi scheme, and you don't want to go with the company that's super dumb, super simple. They don't even have pictures on their admin type thing. You don't want to do that either. You want to find someone who's legitimate. You want to find someone who you can trust, someone you can invest in, someone who you feel will properly, I guess you could say, distribute your funds in the long run so that you can reap the benefits.
Right.
That is your main goal. So, I mean, whatever company you go with, whichever one that you feel works the best for you on a personal standpoint, do your own research and you should be okay if you feel you have a good intuition. If you feel like you need some advice, if you feel like you need some help, at that point, seek out some kind of individual that might be able to assist you with.
I know some people who are pretty good at identifying scams now because they were scammed at one time and they said, "Nah, never again."
Yeah. So
we're super good at sniffing them out now. Oh my gosh. We'll call you in Russia just to make sure that
we'll call you in Russia. Yeah. We
sure
do some
will.
research. We do some research. It's crazy things you'll find. The internet says a lot.
Have you seen me on the internet? I can find people.
Yes, you can.
Like the one man that was being mean to me. Found him.
Found him.
Found him.
All right. So besides that, what else have we had recently in these past few days that have sparked our attention? Let me see. Oh, this looks cool. I haven't read on this, but just this headline. So Litecoin Foundation to sponsor the UFC title fight in bid to increase crypto adoption. How do you feel about that?
I wasn't paying attention. What?
Litecoin Foundation is to sponsor the UFC title fight in order to increase crypto adoption.
I'm with it. Let's pull that story up right now. Where is that, on Cointelegraph?
Yeah, Cointelegraph did a story on it. So Litecoin, which dates back to 2011, it's engineered by, if you guys know who he is, Charlie Lee, who was a former Coinbase engineer.
Charlie Lee.
Do you have a problem with Charlie?
Yeah, he sold all his Litecoin.
True story.
That's a red flag to me. I don't care if you like Litecoin or not. That is a red flag to me. If I was the founder of like Bits and Tokens coin, right? Like if we collectively created the Bits and Tokens coin and then we decided we were going to sell all of our, like, that's crazy. Like, do we not have faith that the price is going to go up more? Like, that's crazy.
That is true.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
That is true.
So let's see here.
That's
So
not a lie.
Ultimate Fighting Championship, mixed martial arts organization, Litecoin Foundation sponsoring events. I'm reading this out of order. They are the official cryptocurrency partner of the UFC light heavyweight title. Okay, I'm sorry. Light heavyweight? What is there a heavyweight? Like, I'm confused.
Yes. So there's literally a different, because they're different divisions.
But I thought it was like if you were light, you were a featherweight. No, like, is that still a thing?
Yeah, it's still a thing. There's just
Can you
different
be a heavy
divisions
featherweight now? Like, I'm confused.
Something like that.
What is happening?
Something like
Why
that.
are there so many divisions?
Yeah. I mean, people are different because here's the thing. You don't want to. Let's say the heavyweight is between 200 and 220.
And then the heavyweight is like for Samoans. Like, what's happening?
Well, maybe let's say that you have a bunch of fighters and some of them kind of just fall in between, and you have somebody who's 222, 223, 199. Like, they just kind of split it up into more, I guess, to get them more specific. Like, you can have 210s. Let's say, like, if you have heavyweight, which is between 200 and 250, and you have two people who are 230, they would be like medium heavyweights. They wouldn't fight somebody who's 250 because that person has like 20 pounds over them.
I don't like it.
Kind of thing.
I don't like
it.
If I want to fight you.
Well, yeah, but that's why fighters always, in order to compete in a certain divisions, that's why fighters always either have to gain or lose weight. Have you ever noticed that?
I mean, I guess. I don't really pay attention to stuff like that.
Yeah, so.
I'm not really into, like, fighting like that.
I can tell.
Didn't feel it, so good job.
He's going to have a bruise.
Oh.
It was so funny. Yesterday, we went skating with his son, and we were trying to get my cousin to go back out and skate because he was scared. It was their first time skating, and he was scared because he was going to fall. And then he tells his son, "Hey, Aiden, fall." And his son goes, "Ah!" and just falls. He's like, "See, I'm fine." It was the cutest thing ever. I love kids. But anyways, back to this. So yeah, it looks like Litecoin is excited to announce that they are official cryptocurrency company of the cryptocurrency partner of the UFC 232 Jones versus Gustafin.
What's happening right now?
I'm just playing around. So it looks like they're going to host an event here.
Oh, you mean Alexander Gustafsson?
Sure. So it looks like they're going to be hosting an event between these two fighters. It's going to be an epic event, quote unquote, which features highly anticipated main event rematches between former UFC lightweight champion John Jones against the
Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt
heavy champion Alexander Gustafsson, which will take place this Saturday in Inglewood, California.
Inglewood?
Yes. Inglewood, California. So if you guys are into fighting, definitely tune in. Make sure you support, because that's important. The more people they have tune into this, and the more people that they get this exposed to, the better. So you know,
tell your friends, tell your wife, tell your husband, tell your boss, or if you're the boss, tell your employees.
This is definitely a milestone for crypto by far. It is a pay-per-view, so if you guys are wondering,
it's on pay-per-view.
UFC fights are typically on pay-per-view. If, of course, you don't want to pay for pay-per-view, go to your local sports bar, Duffy's,
that makes sense,
Miller Ale House, Buffalo Wild Wings, really any and every sports bar you can go to. They'll probably be streaming this fight Saturday night. I believe it said 9. Usually the main events, they're later on in the day. I would say check your local listings to see what time they'd put it on in your area. California, they're 3 or 4 hours behind us. 3 hours. So we're over on Eastern time. So I would say check your local listing, see what time each fighter is going to go up. If you're interested, head out to your local sports bar, invite some friends. Get out there, support Litecoin. If you don't believe in Litecoin, believe in crypto, because they're doing this for the sake of crypto. So it's very, very important. We have here Peter Moffin said that light heavyweight is 205. Okay, so light heavyweight is 205. And I'm assuming middle heavyweight or heavy heavyweight is somewhere above that. So that's what we're looking at here. Yeah, because they always want to pair the fighters up to make it equal. They don't want anybody to have too much weight over someone.
No, I don't like that. Don't tell me what I can do. I might look small, but you know what I mean? Hit you with that 1-2. That's it.
I don't know if you want to go up against one of those guys. I'm just saying.
Leg sweep.
Okay, well, maybe.
Leg sweep.
It's mixed martial arts, so I guess you can do a leg sweep.
I'll mix up these martial arts, you know what I'm saying? Blah! That's it.
Oh, man. Okay, guys. If Tim goes up on a fight with one of these UFC fighters, I will personally start up a GoFundMe for his hospital bills. Listen,
I'll give somebody cauliflower ear. I know about that one.
I know, but these people do this for a living. I think they're kind of fast. Okay, I think they're kind of fast.
You know what I do for a living? Live.
Right. Are you also gonna go up against a football player to get some touchdowns?
No.
Why not?
Why would I do that?
Well, I don't know. Why would you fight a UFC fighter?
Because why not? What makes them any better than me?
I don't know. Training, maybe?
You have a point.
Oh, okay. I thought so. So, I don't know. I feel like they would just know exactly where to, punch you.
Just not my face. I can't. I'm too pretty for that.
You may know karate, but I know crazy. That's funny.
Who says that?
Peter. So heavyweight in total is from 205 to 265, and the light is the 205. I'm assuming the lower level of 205. Middle division would be
205 to 265.
Yeah.
Woo! Wow.
What is anybody over Are you allowed to be over 265 when you're
Wow.
fighting?
First of all, that's rude. You can be whatever weight you want to be. Okay. We are inclusive here at.
I think depending how big you are, you might have a little trouble moving your arms.
No, you'll be in the Samoan division.
With the sumo wrestlers?
With the Amazonians.
The Amazonians? What?
Do you not pay attention?
What are you talking about?
This is global. I don't know.
Am I missing something?
I don't
Anyways.
know. I'm feeling pretty nice right now. I'm not going to lie to you.
So anyways, yeah, so that's that. So if you guys, support the community.
God, even more Ripple news. That's crazy.
Tune in for sure, because it's very, 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 very interesting. Definitely a push for adoption. That's what they're aiming for. They were aiming to push for adoption. Pushing for adoption is very important.
Whoa.
This is our overall goal.
This is a story.
What's the story?
Bitcoin miner raked in 14.5 million in crypto using 3 million in stolen electricity.
Oh my god.
Let's pull that up. Listen.
How do you steal $3 million worth of
Listen,
electricity?
that's crazy.
Oh my
They
gosh.
catch people for going over like $100. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy that you could get away with 3 million. That's crazy.
It's not even like you can like do that in one sweep. That took time.
No, of course that took time.
That took a lot of time. Oh my goodness.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing. If you're making 14.5 million, you're trying to tell me that 11.5 million is like not enough? Like you can't just I know I'm a little bit late on my $3 million bill, but here you go. Like you can't just be a nice guy and be like, here, just don't charge me any late fees. Here's the 3 million. That's crazy. If I ever stole $3 million in electricity to make $14.5 million, I'll pay the $3 million back. That's fine. I would just have to figure out how to steal electricity first. I don't know how to do that. How do you do that? Let's read.
How do you do that?
Let's read and find out.
If anybody knows, feel free to contact us.
3.2 million in stolen electricity. The man's name is Yang.
Yang, okay.
He operated 17 illegal cryptocurrency mining centers using fake storefronts. Oh, man. He put a crypto mine in back of a store. That's crazy. That's crazy. You're smart. You're smart. Let's see here. 17 bogus stores.
I just want to interrupt you real quick because I found this really cool. So Lisa's son is a skinny 25-year-old who is a Simonian, weighs 165 pounds.
Okay. 165 pounds is a very respectable weight, as you can clearly see. As you can clearly see.
If anybody was guessing how much Sim weighs, there you go. Anyways, back to the story.
It might be a little bit less than that. I'm not going to lie.
Back to their story.
I get distracted. Sometimes I don't eat. What do you want me to do? So he allegedly hired electricians to rewire the power supply in the buildings to divert the electricity to fuel his illicit mining operations. I don't even understand what any of that means. But where do they rewire it from? Like, doesn't somebody have to pay for, like, I'm confused. Like, did it bypass the meter or something? Is that a thing? I feel like that might be a thing.
Maybe I've seen where people, because I know, wow, government don't come after me. I remember being a child and my dad could go past the water one.
We're literally on live stream right now.
It's fine.
You could have been like a guy I know one time.
Well, I mean, it's fine. We paid for it. There was, it's when the recession hit. Like, they would go, my dad and his boss, they did it for the company. They went past the water.
Wow, they didn't even see the bus coming, and here
I
they
didn't
are
even say
underneath it.
Well, technically, the company no longer exists. Unfortunately, the guy was a little more than an alcoholic, if you ask me. But
he was an alcoholic and a scammer.
Sure. So, so they somehow, did it, whatever. I don't know how to do with electricity, but I'm assuming it's about the same thing, because what happens is the electricity is that someone has to come out to like your home, or they have to come up to the facility. They have to turn it on and off. So they have to do it through the meters. He went past the meters and just like kept turning it on or whatever the case is. And whenever they would come by, he'd turn them off.
Smart.
But I mean, they can read the meters. So I mean, I'm assuming the person who was reading the meters wasn't actually looking at it. They were just checking to see if it was on or off.
What, for this thing?
Yeah.
No, it says here that they managed to break into the sealed meters to add private lines to use the electricity for free before the usage reached the meters.
Before the usage reached the meters?
So let's say this is the meter.
So was it registering?
Yeah, let's say this is the meter, and then like this is your store or whatever. They would like reroute it from here to there instead of going.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Smart. You see, I figured it out before I even read it. You smart. Oh, that's kind of like how like when my internet used to go out, but I was still able to get on the HTTPS site. So as long as I went from Google to whatever website, I was good to go. Smart. I like that. I like that. Don't tell AT&T.
Anyways, so that's interesting.
Oh, wow. Apparently this is like a whole thing. Electricity theft for cryptocurrency mining is a recurring problem in China. Wow.
Oh, it was in China. Okay. I feel like
it was in Taiwan, which is China, technically.
Yeah. Okay.
They just are like separate, kind of like Shenzhen. No, what's the one that's not really China but it is China? Like the UK used to own it or something.
I'm not.
It definitely starts with an S. It's not Szechuan.
Like Szechuan sauce?
That's not it. It's something. Anyways, there's like a part of China that like is not like they don't even want to be Chinese. Like they just want to do their own thing. And China's like, no, you're gonna come on.
I don't know. I know Taiwan does that where they're like, no, you're ours. But interesting.
Wow, Bitcoin died 90 times in 2018, apparently, according to this tweet.
Is the adult juice too strong? Jerome, you're being a little rude.
Who's asking that?
So he bypassed the meter. Yeah, figured out that, Peter. Jerome says you guys are sharing too much info. Is the adult juice too strong? And then Florian said, be quiet, Jerome. Share more. Thanks, Florian. We like you.
Actually, it's very strong. Thanks for watching.
Thanks. Oh, you typed back. Anyways, that's actually that's interesting. I feel it was in China. I feel like topic for discussion. Do you think that would happen equally the same how it happened in China where he was able to steal about 3 million here in the US?
No. What? There's literally how 3 million? That's 3 million. A lot. From 17 storefronts, even if you split it up down the middle, it's more than like 250,000 per. That's crazy. They would be like, where's our electricity going? There's like, I'm sure that like their electricity like leaks or something. I don't know how that works, but like I'm sure that from here to there, you lose a little bit of power, right? Like I'm sure that's a thing.
So my question is, over how much time was he like getting this electricity? Because
you don't lose 3 million. Hold on.
Like I said, like over what period of time? Because as a business, you are using a lot of electricity.
Where was I?
How much was it really showing up on their bill where it said like, because 3 million granted is a lot, but like what's, time span? Was it over a period of years? Stores use a lot of electricity as is. I mean, I've driven past like schools and they always have to have the light on. Always.
Yeah, that's for safety reasons.
Always. Right. Like how much electricity do you think they're using?
Not a lot.
If you always have to have light ons?
Well, the lights that's not what takes the electricity. It's powering like rigs that have like 30 GPUs in them.
Well, right. That's going to obviously eat more electricity than having the lights on, but you're actively using light if you have lights on all the time.
Right.
So,
but it's not that much compared to what they were doing.
Compared to this, no, of course not.
Like one of his stores definitely used more electricity than a school. I can say that right now.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
For sure.
I'm sure.
If he made 14.5 mil, like, come on. That's a lot. To make that much money in a very, very bear market, like, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. By the way, this picture right here, ridiculous. This picture is hilarious. I don't even know what or why.
What does that mean?
Nothing is happening. Let me tell you what's happening right now, okay? They cut off the end of an Apple thing. And actually, no, they didn't even cut it off. They just cropped it out for the picture for whatever reason. And this part's like cropped bad because it's like sideways here. And then this is also probably cropped as well. And I don't know why anyone would have done that. That doesn't make any sense. This picture makes no sense. Nothing is happening here. Nothing is happening. The fans aren't spinning, which means the GPU is not even on, so it's not mining. Okay, and then you have a Bitcoin that's sitting on there, but that's not actually a Bitcoin. It's just a commemorative round.
Yeah.
And then you have cables that aren't plugged into anything. You wouldn't even use this cable for mining. So like the fact that they include that is very strange. If I'm not mistaken, that is the Apple, like for an iPhone or something like that, which has nothing to do with mining whatsoever. And then this is like a Cat 5 or a Cat 6 Ethernet cable. Or is it a crossover cable? Well, it's a Cat 5 cable. That doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense. I don't like nothing is happening here. Absolutely nothing is happening in this picture. You can't even see this person's face. Like I don't like what did they do here?
I have no idea.
They got a graphic designer and they're like, "All right, just slap together something. The story's about mining." And the guy was like, "Say less."
Basically, that's actually really funny.
Like nothing is even happening there. That's crazy.
Quick question from Peter. So to answer your question, Peter, the reason it's bad to keep your coins on an exchange. So if you have a good exchange,
like
Binance, for example, it's not as risky as keeping your coins on an exchange with less reputation. Let's say like KuCoin. You can get your.
In all fairness, KuCoin is not a terrible exchange.
It's not terrible.
I just have beef with them.
It just has not as a reputable reputation.
Right.
So
Right.
if you keep your coins on a more reputable exchange, you have less risk of the exchange getting hacked and your coins getting lost.
Right.
Now, if you have 5 different altcoins, the way that works, you do not need 5 different nanos. You can store your coins on your Ledger wallet. You just need the space, of course. As long as your wallet has space for coins, you can store them on the Ledger. No problem. I mean, sometimes your Ledger needs an update. Sometimes you need to, move some things around.
So,
but you can always remove.
I want to interject here just to clarify a little bit of what you're saying. When she says space, she means space for the apps, not the coins.
Right.
If you download the Ethereum app and you put some Ethereum or some other altcoins like ERC20 coins on here, and then you remove the Ethereum app, you'll still have access to those coins. You just have to re-download the app.
You just have to re-download the app, and then you can have access to the coins. Right. It's specifically the app. I was just about to say that, but he just wanted to clarify. Make sure.
I jumped the gun. I'm sorry.
And then if you use Binance, you're okay. I personally keep my coins on Binance. It's always good practice to every now and then move your coins around, probably store them.
Mm-hmm.
There's the day coming up where you take your coins off the exchange.
Gosh, I forgot what it was called. January 4th.
Yes.
We're gonna do basically a run on the banks. We're gonna take all of our Bitcoin off of all the exchanges. Oh man, I forgot what it's called. That's a good thing. We should talk about that. We're gonna Google that in a second.
Yeah, we'll go over that in a second. But essentially, that's how that works. What about IDEX? So I personally haven't used IDEX. I know Tim's used it with the XYO.
So IDEX is a little bit different.
Isn't that one connected to MetaMask? Technically?
Sort of. It's weird. You use MetaMask to get in. But you have to deposit your ETH or whatever onto IDEX. And so you have an IDEX balance and then a MetaMask balance. And so that means that for all intents and purposes, your coins are on IDEX because they're not on your MetaMask. Whereas if you were keeping them on your MetaMask, I would feel personally a little bit safer about that.
Yeah, MetaMask is essentially a wallet that you can have it as an extension on your Google Chrome, or I don't know if it's an extension on other browsers.
They have one for Firefox, but I don't use Firefox, so I couldn't. I've helped a few people using it. I personally don't use Firefox, so I can't speak for it.
Yeah.
But the IDEX exchange is an exchange. It's decentralized to some degree, meaning I'm trading you for the coins. It's not going into a system that's calculating everything.
Right.
I would still treat it the same. There's really nothing safer than a hardware wallet or just offline storage. The reason why I like the Ledger and why we like the Ledger is because for me to send coins, I have to plug the Ledger in and I have to use the code to get into the Ledger, and I have to verify the transaction on the Ledger. When I'm doing things elsewhere, yes, there's two-step authentication or what have you. But it's not the same as having literally one piece of hardware that has your private keys. Your private keys are on here, and technically if you don't own your private keys, you don't own your coins, right? That's why that event is happening on January 4th, where everyone is planning on taking back their Bitcoin from all the exchanges, because that's going to force these exchanges to prove they have this Bitcoin they say they have.
Right. Because they have to give everyone their money.
Right. So it's basically a run on the banks where it's if everyone was to go to the banks right now and request their money back, guess what would happen? Nobody would get their money back because it just wouldn't be there. That's not how, the banks don't actually have your US dollars. That's not really a real thing. But
they have a limited supply. If they run out of that limited supply, first come, first serve.
Listen, the money is not real. It's literally printed out of thin air, okay? If you go to a bank and you want to get a loan, that bank is only responsible for having on hand 10% of the loan, and the rest of it just is invented for them. Bet you didn't know that. The money is just
I mean, I'm assuming that's how the reserve works.
The Federal Reserve? Oh, God. Here's how the Federal Reserve works, okay? I love doing this example.
His example.
Here in the world, I am the only person who can print these business cards, okay? I will give you 2 business cards on loan. I need 3 business cards back.
You're the only one who prints these.
Yes.
Can you print me another one?
I can print you another one, and if I give you the other one, I need 4.5 business cards back.
How am I supposed to do that?
America, baby.
Basically, yeah. So
that's how our money works. That's one of the reasons why I love crypto, because there's 21 million Bitcoin ever in the world. There's, what is it, 100 billion XRP ever in the world. There's 88 million or 78 million Litecoin ever in the world. Like, there's
84.
finite cap. 84. There's finite caps on the crypto, and you can verify that, right? Like, I can't verify the Federal Reserve. They have never once been audited. Not one time in the history of the Federal Reserve have they ever been audited.
Well, why would they? They're the Federal Reserve. They're only a person who have the thing that you want. You can't audit me. Who's gonna tell me what? So,
I personally think the Rothschilds had a good run. It's time for them to just step aside. That's what I think.
Most likely. But yeah. So about our little crypto day here, did you look anything up? But essentially, guys, just to wrap up the conversation regarding why. Only reason why it's bad is because of hacking risk and possibility of exchanges not actually having your money. Usually they do. Mm-hmm. It's very rare. I don't want to say it's very rare because there's a lot of different companies out there and different exchanges out there. I'm not familiarized with all of them. The top exchanges, they do have those coins on hands, like we've seen Coinbase prove time and time again, and we see Binance.
Proof of keys.
Proof of keys. There you go.
It's called Proof of Keys. Let's pull it up right now for the folks. But go ahead and continue. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Anyways, so that's essentially why you want to have either a online wallet, kind of like MetaMask, or a paper wallet where you can print out and have your QR code, or a hardware wallet, which is your best option. I've seen people store it on their phones and their devices and stuff like that. I mean, that's your best bet if you don't want to get hacked. I mean, like I said, Binance is a very, very high secure one. There's other exchanges out there that are secure. Coinbase, those exchanges, they're always testing their security to make sure they're top par. I haven't heard in like years that these exchanges have gotten hacked. So I mean, there's been
like, not Coinbase or Binance or any like the big ones, but there's been some exchanges
smaller ones like Maple, and
that's what you were saying, as far as like the reputation, like the name that they have should be a good. You shouldn't hear stories about how bad the exchange is, or like any terrible user experience.
Like, I remember Maple Change.
Maple Change.
They had one and they got hacked and everybody lost their Bitcoin.
They supposedly got hacked.
They're trying to give their money back. That's what you want to prevent. I mean, it's not that those small exchanges are bad. It's just that I personally would not keep my coins on there. Mm-hmm. It's just not safer than other exchanges.
Good rule of thumb: if you're not actively trading, you should keep your coins
on
a ledger,
if
you have
wallet,
one.
Something.
I should figure out how we can get some money off these ledgers, because it's crazy. Like, I recommend them all the time, and people buy them all the time after hearing how I just boast them so much.
You sound like an American.
It honestly is. There are other options. There's the Trezor.
Yeah.
And then I'm blanking out. That's fine. But the Trezor is another one. But personally, it's so small. It has this little metal piece that I'm going to get dipped in gold one day. And then I'm going to swap this out for a gold chain. Flossy.
So Lisa says you guys should create a tip jar for the watchers to give us a tip. Just thought it can be in USD/crypto. So I suggested that, actually.
So
I think we could do that through Streamlabs.
We can do it through Streamlabs. It's just that I would have to switch from OBS to Streamlabs, and like, that's a whole thing. So like, technically there is one.
One day, guys, we'll get there.
Technically, if you were to look in the description, there's a link to our Streamlabs profile where you would go to make a small donation of sorts. The cool thing about Streamlabs
No, and there's no China here.
I think I fixed it.
Hey guys, we're back.
Woo.
Okay, so just a quick little.
These lights are hot.
Oh, you're fine. Just a quick little break there. Just a few more things for you guys. We're probably gonna check out of here at 11 o'clock. It looks like. If you're just tuning in, just a quick little summary. We've talked about a silver miller getting slapping a crypto company Ponzi scheme, hedge fund / alt fund on the hand, right here in Coral Springs, Florida. We talked about.
I'm gonna go find them. We're gonna interview them. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, we're gonna see if we can score an interview with them. See what and some of the customers too, because there was a list of people there. See what their experience was like going through that. Mm-hmm. I want to ask them, like, you know, how did you find this company? How did you invest in the company? What made you want to get with this company? Did you read up on this company? Was there anything that stuck out to you? Was there any doubt? You know, just getting a grasp and understanding and how they ended up in that situation, really. We talked about also how there was a miner who made $14.5 million off of $3 million stolen electricity off 17 storefronts.
Crazy.
That was over in China, by the way. We talked about Visa buying Earthport, which is a XRP
Ripple partner,
whatever you want to call it. Every time I say XRP, you want to say Ripple, and every time I say Ripple, you say XRP.
Well, if you're talking about the company, Ripple. If you're talking about the coin, XRP.
Whatever. So, yeah, we talked about that as well. And then lastly, what else did we go over? I'm thinking here. What was that last thing?
Stealing intel for the Chinese government. It's crazy. So we went over the Silver Miller people. We went over those are the stories I pulled up, the mining and the
just thing. About nothing, too crazy, but just a few things we went over in the news today. Of course, we'll keep you guys in tune and touch with any other things we see on the news.
This last one though, proof of keys, is the last one that we didn't get a chance to kind of touch on yet. This was the one where there's basically a movement where you are going to be part of the crypto world, the crypto economy. We want to take our Bitcoin off of exchanges to make the exchanges prove that they actually have all the Bitcoin they say they have, which is another thing as far as like keeping your coins on an exchange. It's not even just worried about like getting hacked from the outside. Does that exchange actually even have your Bitcoin?
Right.
Like if you deposit Ethereum onto an exchange to buy Bitcoin, let's say, and then you buy that Bitcoin and hold it on the exchange, is there any Bitcoin there? Or did they just say like, here's your Bitcoin, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so that's what proof of keys is all about. Supposedly it's going down January 3rd. I had said the 4th initially, but it actually is going to be on the 3rd. This is actually a pretty good video about it. They chose January 3rd because that is when the Genesis block, or the first block for the Bitcoin
There's
network.
A lot of things going on in January.
I think it's going to be listen, I'm pretty sure that 2019 is going to be a pretty fun ride, regardless of if we go up, we go down, we go sideways. I think there's going to be a lot of developments that occur in the crypto space. A lot of things going on as far as like regulation, the SEC, stuff like that. So I'm excited for 2019. Okay, basically it says here, anyone who doesn't want you to hold your own private keys or do your own network consensus, they are your monetary enemy.
True story.
So that, banks, for example, they don't want you to be able to confirm transactions yourself. They don't want you to be able to actually participate in the actual banking of it,
Right.
I wear the bank right around my neck. It's fun. I like it.
I wish I can wear my bank around my neck.
Would you like to wear it? Will you lose it? Because you lose things.
I do lose things.
This is why I wear it.
This is why Tim has our stuff.
This is why I wear it, because you lose things.
It was so bad. I went to London and I did a interview with a company. Oh my gosh, I lost that SIM card. My heart. The footage was so cool. I'm telling you, it was so cool. It was Reality Clash. They were a VR company that did crypto. They're basically like a shooting game for Pokemon Go. Think of a shooting game and Pokemon Go like merged together. That was them. Like it was cool. Not the Pokemon part, but like the virtual reality part, like the augmented reality where you can like go and spin Pokestops. Like you can go around the city and like there were stops and stuff. It was so cool. Man, oh man, I wish I had that SIM card. Man, oh man, I was very sad. But anyways, it's okay. You live, you learn. Things happen, but it's okay. I'll be back one day. I'll be back and I'll get a second interview with them and give you guys a little bit of taste of what they do over there. Because the UK is cool, man. Let me tell you, if you're in the UK, kudos to you, because here in the US, there is not nearly the amount of crypto anything, honestly. Not groups, not events, none of that. It's really cool what they do in other countries. I wish.
Right. I'm so sorry that I read those comments. Wow.
I kind of caught a glimpse of them, but I feel like they were a little explicit here.
Very. Very.
But it's okay.
There's a lot going on.
We're adults here. If we're drinking, we can,
Listen, wow. They were saying a lot of stuff. And then they had the audacity to put it in like those cartoon letters, like $, £, parentheses, not parentheses, percentage, whatever. We know what you're saying, and you know what you're saying. Just say it.
Just say it. It's okay.
That's crazy. Anyways, yeah, that was kind of just the last story that we wanted to touch on. Let's jump back into the live chat and just kind of see maybe what's going on there before we depart. Florian said that he had 2 professors get fired at schools because they were stealing intel for the Chinese government. That's wow.
That's wild. That's wild, if you ask me. What kind of intel?
Yeah, I'm really curious about that. What kind of intel? That's
for
crazy.
The Chinese government, were they Chinese as well?
Interesting. And then someone else prior to that was mentioning the tip jar. Technically, yes.
We cut out right
one
there
does
then.
exist. I should make that more of like a thing. Technically, if you were to visit streamlabs.com/bitsandtokens, I will briefly show you here. You could use this site to do a donation, and you can even do it in crypto, if I'm not mistaken. That's donate money. Oh, you know what? I had an issue with the Bitcoin donation at one point.
I think we had received something once, if I'm not mistaken, which was in cryptocurrency.
It was $99 in 3 different transactions, and I didn't receive it. They were no help. Coinbase was no help, and so I think that's one of the other reasons why we stopped using this for crypto.
I see.
I want to try it again. We'll do the next stream using Streamlabs, because it's really cool when you get new subscribers and new donations and stuff like that. Like it all pops up on the screen. Like it's super cute. So like I really want to do it because like it's a thing that people do, but I just
so somebody donated and you weren't able to get it?
I sure wasn't. If I look inside like the Streamlabs, like the back end or whatever, it'll say that we got the donation, and then it just doesn't
it doesn't show up, and they weren't able to help?
No, they were like, yeah, man, we're just a pass through. We don't know anything.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so sad.
Whatever, no big deal.
Well, we'll try that for you guys next time. See, and we'll post probably our live stream. I know you guys are not supposed to post too much in the XYO group, but we'll probably post it in there just if you guys want to browse by.
Maybe.
For right now, thanks for tuning in.
I kind of snuck it in there. They're a little bit lax right now for holiday season, so I kind of just snuck it right on in there. Just
a little bit. But anyways, thanks for guys for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. We are here every Thursday and Sunday. This past Sunday, we let it slide. A little bit of holiday season here, little so something. But we will see you guys on Sunday at 9:30 p.m. Thursdays as well as 9:30 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time. If you're on another time zone, I'm sorry. This is my time. But thanks for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I'm Annalise, and this is your other co-host, Tim. We are out of here. Oh, make sure to tune into our website. Don't forget, bitsandtokens.com. Get some bits and token swag. See you next time.
Bye.